Welcome back to Mold Breaker Empowerment Forum. I am your host, Audrey Mellayne, your Mold Breaker Doc. We continue our journey through 2023 in the quest of living free. And today we look at living deliberately and creating your own reality. In order for us to truly experience a life of freedom, we must bear in mind two things. One is that we must live and exist from a stance of deliberate thought and action. In order for that to happen, the second thing that we must be aware of is that we are ultimately in control of our lives. Now, I know in the Bahamas we would say, oh no, we're not in control, God is in control. Indeed, He is. But He has also given you the responsibility of making those important life decisions on your own. Yes, we do consult God. We do believe in God. It is our faith in God that enriches our lives and gives us the confidence as we move forward. But the reality of everyday living is it is you that creates your own reality. It is me that create my own reality. That involves me being conscious of all of the things that is going on around me, but not allowing those things to dictate my thoughts, my actions, or my inactions. Deliberate living requires each of us to realize, to recognize, to take in consideration the fact that if you don't do it, no one else will. And so therefore, deliberate living results in the reality that we experience from one day to the next. I know many persons are saying, I don't live in a vacuum. I live in a world where there are a number of things going on around me. And you are right. However, you must be able to choose, refuse, consider, decide on which aspects of all of these activities is best for you. Deliberate living is about choosing the right combination of activities that will enhance your life and not harm you or those in your environment. Many persons don't realize it, but let me demonstrate to you just how truthful this deliberate action is your responsibility. You're alone how many hours of the day? For many persons, it's not many minutes even. But the only person who is aware of what is truly going on with you is you. Let's test it. When you're sick, who feels it? When you're hungry, who feels it? When you're angry, who feels it? When you're happy, who feels it? You may share happiness with others, happy experiences, but the actual response to the good things that are happening, or even the bad things, bad and good, I'm putting in quotation, because they are actually perceived by the individual. Example, I may consider an experience bad, but someone else who shared that same experience might say, oh, that wasn't so bad. And yet another person will say, what both of you are talking about, that was good, that was awesome. So, do you get the picture? Let's take it one step further. When you are in need of help, who knows but you? Oftentimes we assume, oh, they can see that I'm struggling. Oh, they can see that I'm sick, I'm not feeling well. No. People are too busy and caught up in their own experiences, taking care of their own self, to even recognize that you're literally standing or sitting next to them from one moment to the next. And so therefore, you cannot put the responsibility of your reality, whether it's happiness, sadness, health, sickness, a career, a spouse, it is all your decision. So therefore, you must be the one that is making those decisions. That is what deliberate living is all about. For love, acceptance, help, we must determine how we are going to get what we need. It therefore requires us to have a self-awareness. Be aware of what it is that you really want out of this life. What is it that you desire? What will it take for you to get those desires? Now, another thing is, from what we can see, we may desire certain things and we look to others to fulfill those desires. But can anyone truly fulfill the desires that you have? That is where the curtain comes down. That is where the line is drawn. No one can actually fulfill our expectations because they're too busy seeking to satisfy their own desires and to fulfill their own desires. And so, is it unreasonable for us to expect others to do it for us? I say yes. They may be able to share if they have your attention or you have their attention and they care enough. But no individual, not even your parents, have that responsibility. Especially once you have reached the age of accountability, where you are able to choose whether you want hot or cold, short or long. You know what I mean? The different extremes of experiences that we encounter. Those are ours. Those are our preferences. And therefore, if we are able to recognize that I prefer this over that, it also means that we must recognize that it is our responsibility, our personal responsibility. The external world is full of options, but the choice is really ours. The decision is really ours. So therefore, in deliberate living, we must recognize that we have freedom of choice, and therefore we also have the responsibility of fulfilling those choices. Do not put that responsibility on anyone else. I like to use example of even going to a doctor. If you're not feeling well, the doctor can only go by what you tell him or her. Yes, they would have gone through a course of study that allowed them to identify with what you are sharing and place it under a category of a disease state. But in reality, it is you who is actually making the diagnosis. You are just not versed with how to place what is going on with you. But guess what? There is hope. There is hope. You can be more involved in your personal life. You can be the captain of your own ship. You can be the captain of your own vessel, whatever it is that you consider yourself to be, whether it's a Lamborghini or whether it's a Volkswagen. You are a vehicle, and you are responsible for maintaining this vehicle in its best operational state. Mind, body, and spirit is all dependent on you. Yes, you, to make it happen and make it function at its best always. So, your thoughts, your emotions, your wisdom, your knowledge, they all must be applied. Your awareness of what is going on with you, only you know that. And so therefore, you must take control. How do you live deliberately? How do you take control? First, you must stop looking outwards. Stop blaming, stop expecting, stop judging, and take the responsibility. Begin the practice of self-love. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. What people do, what people say may affect you, but know that they do not have the last word. They do not have the last word. The last word is yours. The last word is mine. And so therefore, the second thing that I must do is listen to myself. Oftentimes we don't hear when our body says, I've had enough, stop, slow down, wake up. Because we are too busy in the rat race. We're too busy running. We're too busy planning. We're too busy plotting. We're too busy being angry. We're too busy blaming. It's nobody's fault but ours. I know we've been programmed to believe that, but I am telling you here today, it is no one's fault. You have within you two voices. If you sit quietly long enough, you will hear those voices, the voice of hope and the voice of doubt. And oftentimes we're driven by the voice of doubt. And when the voice of doubt is the predominant voice that we hear, then we blame everyone else. But if we listen to the voice of hope, it is our intuition, it is our God voice, it is the voice that tells us that is too much for you. Don't mind what everyone else is doing. That's not for you. This is the path for you. Take it, walk in it, and you will see the success. That is what deliberate living is all about. Do not use another individual's standard for yours. There is no template for you other than you. Remember these fingers? I use them all the time. Your fingerprints tells you that you are unique, and therefore you have a unique set of needs, you have a unique set of abilities, you have a unique set of capabilities. You are special. You are unique. Spend time learning you. Slow down. Listen to that small voice. Listen to your guide. Your inner guide knows what is best for you. Forget the noise in the market and concentrate on you. Live deliberately. You have everything within you. Just take time to hear it and listen and follow it. I say to you, you are a child of the universe, no less than the trees or the stars. You have a right to be here. You can create your own reality. Live deliberately. Until next week, I say, take care, take time, love yourself, listen to yourself, and you will be transformed. Break those molds that have you enclosed. You are your own master in partnership with your master creator. Have a wonderful day.